The second part of the mindful eating was listening to my hunger cues a bit better. So I wouldn't let myself get to this point of hunger that was like quite extreme, which I think would lead to that sort of rushed feeling and stressful feeling around the cooking time, because I'd be so hungry that I can't wait to eat food that I'm making. So I'd be shoving it in before I've even sat down to eat. So eating almost a little bit before you get to that really hungry feeling, and then also stopping before you get to that uncomfortably full feeling. This is something I still haven't quite cracked yet, but it's a very, very important part of the gut health. And I think anybody who's suffered with restrictive eating in the past or any kind of eating disorder in the past will have that same struggle, and your hunger and fullness cues are a little bit off. That has definitely been an absolute game changer. And if there's anybody watching this who thinks like that's me talking about the sort of stressful, rushful eating, I would highly recommend working with a professional and learning a little bit more about how to manage your hunger and fullness cues. Lastly was timings around food. Not only what you're eating, but when you're eating also can really support gut health. I would make sure to eat first thing in the morning, half an hour after I've woken up, at least something. Doesn't have to be a huge breakfast, substantial, something, some nuts, piece of fruit, bit of yogurt, something like that. And then I would eat again not too long after that. It's almost like splitting the breakfast in half, sort of 2 hours later eating another bit of breakfast. And then I would make sure to eat 2 or maybe even 3 more times at sort of 4-hour intervals throughout the day, and then stop eating around sort of 7 p.m. Normally I go to bed around 10. So I would have that sort of mini fast between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. in the morning, which for me really worked as the perfect time to have that fast, because I'm going to go to sleep, I'm winding down, I'm not really using my energy. And so the body and the digestive system can really take its time to do what it needs to do and digest that food all the way through. Whereas before I was kind of doing it the other way around, where I would wake up in the morning and not eat for a while, do my workout, fasted, and then start to eat, and then eat way later into the night. But then I would go to sleep on a full stomach, which would then lead to me not being hungry in the morning. But the nutritionist helped me realize that that is better done the other way around, so that the body has time to digest when it's not asleep. And then obviously there's all the main things, like including protein, carbs, and fats in every meal, probiotics, and some certain supplements and things like that that did also help me. But those 3 things that I mentioned, I think, were the real game changers that really, really helped me this year. And none of them have to do really with any kind of special supplement or any kind of trick. It was more just really looking into how I was eating rather than what I was eating, obviously including the micronutrients into my meals. I feel like even if I did include those micronutrients into my meals without making those other holistic changes, like the mindful eating and watching the hunger and fullness cues, it wouldn't have made anywhere near as much of a difference as it did. And I was actually astonished with the changes that have happened in such a short amount of time. I would like to talk more about this when I become more knowledgeable on the subject. Like I said, I haven't been working on it that long, but I do think that is a really important part of health and fitness for women and for everyone. So I will be sharing more about this on my feed. And if you have any questions, then please leave a comment and I'll be happy to answer them.